at the beginning of the year we talked about whether is AI able to replace an artist. Now the question is when AI will replace an artist. I already made a video about AI and Blender, but since then there has been one key event which I have been waiting for a long time. Adobe showed Firefly. I was waiting for this, and Adobe showed us a video of capabilities of their product on their official website. I am more interested in painting tool, the ability to edit an images by painting over object and typing what you want to change. Very cool. Smart portrait. This is reminiscent of neural filters in Photoshop. By the way, if we recall neural filters, then these were the first step of mastering artificial intelligence, and it was even before we knew about Midjourney. And even then Adobe was impressive to us. Next, depth to image. This will make the correct depth of field in the image. In general, look at how Adobe approaches product development. They understand that you need not only to generate images, but also to have the depth to make images not so flat. 3D to image, absolutely amazing tool. If they will have an opportunity to upload your models, it will be incredible. And working with text, designers will be delighted. In general, Adobe has been experimenting with neural networks for a long time. Now this is just a beta test, and I understand that most of the features are not yet available and will be added later, but we can see how it works. What I like is that there is an opportunity to choose aspect ratio, like portrait, landscape or widescreen. There are also a lot of styles and presets, settings of light, color and composition. So there is not need to write all this as a prompt. It's cool because we artists are too lazy to write all this. In general, I want such tools that would be able to, based on my sketch, make such images, because I don't know what about you, but for me it's very difficult to describe in words what I want. For me it's easier to draw. Perhaps Firefly will be further integrated into Photoshop and we can draw a sketch to provide an idea without writing prompts. So what really looks amazing is working with text. For logo designers, this will be an incredible tool. Or instead of designers. We'll see. Paying attention to the fact this is a beta, it works well. Although I must say that so far from ideal and doesn't reach the Midjourney level in some details. So I suggest looking at the plugin in Photoshop that has a similar setup of features. Stability. This plugin allows you to generate images directly in Photoshop. Now available two networks, Dream Studio by Stable Diffusion and free DALL-E 2. All you need to work is using your API key, which you can find in these tips in the plugin itself. For Stable Diffusion you may install a local server and use it for free. Then everything like in a Midjourney. Write prompts and get the results that can be edited immediately as a layer directly into your project. Also the plugin has upscale, which can upscale the image and slightly improve it. I guess it could be used instead of photo stocks, you know? Instead of searching on the stocks for necessary photo, you are writing everything that you need using prompts and getting the result right in Photoshop. And even though AI often provides the wrong thing, even gives false result, give them time. Remember a few years ago we laughed at how ugly AI made pictures, and how does it work now? Another interesting thing here, the same function as in Firefly, is images editor. Only available for DALL-E, but works well. You can select part of the image and write what you want to add here. For designers and concept creators, this in general can become the main tool, and you do not need to search for content on stocks. But I want to pay your attention to this. Look at this picture of the interior, or this exterior. Remember how in the last video I talked about my story of 3D visualization of architecture? If not, watch by the link in the description. And now looking at this generated picture, what will happen if Chaos Group will add AI tools to your favorite V-Ray or Corona? That will allow you to make an environment based on the real architecture project, and the architects or designers can edit the render by drawing masks and adding objects to the project. People who are doing 3D renders of architecture will not be needed anymore. If you think that is some kind of fairy tales, I'll tell you that now already exists a tool for Blender that allows you to do this. AI Render. This add-on is free and you can download it from the Blender market. It also works on Stable Diffusion network, and it can make render based on the simple 3D scene. It works like this. I enable AI Render, choose the size, write what I want, and here you can also immediately choose the style in which you wanna do your render. I want something cyberpunk, sci-fi and futuristic. Then click the render and wait. Oh, not bad. Once more. Wow. Will you imagine that I made only a scene from primitives and got such a render? Of course, the AI render adds a lot of his own vision, and perhaps I would like to see the result more than what I have in this scene. I mean the composition according to my objects. AI render adds a lot of unnecessary. But imagine what will happen in a year or two. And if you are doing technical work such as 3D visualization of architecture, interior, then this is your directly competitor in the future. Think about it. And here is an example of using ChatGPT in a Blender. GPT-4 Blender assistant who can help in your work. Honestly, I don't know how to use this in my works, but here is a video of developers showing some incredible things. Maybe it will be useful for some of projects like motion graphic in a Blender. So you also need to know that the AI tool have already been integrated into the Blender, and even not to mention the fact that ChatGPT can help you to write add-ons for Blender. By the way, in one of my shorts I told how I used Midjourney to make a character for this art, and this is one of the options how I used AI in my concept. Usually I used either 3D character model or photos, but with the advent of AI, there was also a tool where you can quickly make a character. And also for this art with AI I made the sky background. Everything indicates that AI is already here, and we need to adapt to the new environment by slowly integrating it into our workflows. I am not summoning, but if you are still against AI, then I have bad news for you. Yes, AI is unlikely to replace creative professions, but you can be replaced by a person who works with AI. So I advise you not to pass by new technologies now, so as not to be left out of work in the future. Because you as an artist can be against AI, but your client is definitely not. And finally, if you don't want to pay for Midjourney but wanna use AI to generate some images, here is a free AI tool, playgroundai.com. This service allows you to create up to 1000 images in one day and use it for commercial. Link in the description. Let me know which AI tools you wanna observe more deeply. Write in the comments what you think about it and what AI tools you're already using in your work. If this video was interesting for you, please subscribe, hit the like button, and see you in the next one.